All right, welcome to the Max Effort Kitchen podcast. Joe, I got to tell you, that's not my normal music, and I put that together in like 2 seconds. So it was a little fruity, but hey, I don't know if you heard it or not.
What's the normal music?
The normal music is like I have like some some little hype music with me talking over it, and just like athlete and the chef thing that we do, and that was a little funny. But anyways, hey, welcome Max Effort Kitchen podcast. Everybody, we got the famous, everybody knows by now that listens to me, Mr. Joe Beck from Heroic Barbell Club, dude. First of all, let me just say, it is awesome. It is an honor, and it is so cool to be on your team finally. I don't know if you know this or how religiously you listen to the show, but I've talked about it before. That it was like, I didn't know how to join your team because I was like, I'm friends with Joe, but I don't want like the coach aspect get in the way. But dude, you do such a good job of holding those lines and those boundaries that like I don't even think about it. And so,
that's good, because you know what? I don't either.
I know. I thought I would, dude, but I don't. Yeah.
I was saying to one of the other lifters today, like, that I think of you all as friends.
Yeah.
But I think, I guess, but it's weird because y'all pay me. And then, you're my only friends. I mean, are in the sport. I have literally like only half a dozen people that I would consider friends that are not involved in the sport or ancillary to it with family or whatever.
Right.
But I think what it is the leadership qualities from the Army. And I think of this one guy, Sergeant Sams, a lot, who hung out with us at night and partied with us.
Mm-hmm.
Always the boss. And like how he led in that example. And I tell him every once in a while on the internet when he says congratulations to something that I'm like, you're a big part of it, Sergeant Sams.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
Having had mentors, role models who I don't know where to look.
You look wherever you want, man.
Having mentors and role models who showed me how to both be in charge and be your friends.
Yeah.
Because I think that piece of being able to be empathetic and understand when you need like the soft touch and then I don't have to be a hard ass to anybody, but when you need the push, so to speak, which is the best of you don't have to be a hard ass to people.
Well, yeah. And, the thing that I really enjoyed, like, especially this last thing, Worlds that we did, is that like when it was competition time, it was competition time. And you know how I get. I'm very much a product of kitchen mentality, which kitchen mentality comes from military mentality.
Yeah, for sure, the brigade.
So, yeah. And when somebody tells me something, it's heard. And that's it. And then I just do it to the best of my ability. Not always great when it comes to moving my feet. But hey, I try. You do a good job at getting things done. But then like after it's over, we're sitting there having a drink and some pizza. And it's like you're not a different person, but it's just you're just a really, really chill, not like great person to be around with really good energy. And man, that's hard to find in this world. So
I appreciate that. Yeah. I think again, back to like, you just go to like, I try to be like a go with the flow guy, like, and of course it's the person who competed's night, not mine. So it's right. Like, go where you want, we go where you want, kind of.
Yeah.
But still be able to steer the ship and be like, nope, that's what we're gonna do, and make directions. I got lucky. Yeah. I mean, again, I've said many times that my life experience kind of getting me here is, I just feel super lucky that everything I've done kind of makes me good at this hopefully it's the last thing I try to do, but like the one thing that I try to do that like I loved, and every other job I got fired and like hated, and I didn't hate them all, but like this is the one thing I love, and I actually got to be good at it. So
Yeah, I mean, you are good at it, but also there's something to be said. I mean, you're kind of, I'm not even kind of, you are an entrepreneur in a way of like you have your own business. You run all kinds of really cool meets, which we're going to talk about some of that. You travel to these events. You have a team. You're making money, and you're creating your own schedule. There's something I really enjoy about what you do, and I know this about you because we talk enough, but like you also take time for yourself and travel. And I do like there's so many people in my industry that don't know how to take time, and I'm kind of one of them at times. But
well, the difference is that I could take that. I mean, you're kind of speaking of the Thailand trips and stuff.
Yeah.
I get away internationally once a year, probably at least on vacation with the wife. The difference is I get to work. I work on those trips, so like the remoteness of my job allows me to do it. I mean, I still don't work quite as hard. Like I get a little bit behind and stuff, but the ability shouldn't be glossed over. The ability to work on the road makes that a lot easier to do.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you're remote and you manage your time. So let's talk a little bit about Worlds, dude. My experience first time being there was really neat. I lifted at a different time. I got to help out in the back room pretty much the entire time with the people that I was there with and the team. But and I kind of talked about it a little bit, but from your perspective, like, what did you think? What was in retrospect to the last Worlds, which I'm assuming you were at?
Not last year in Finland, but the year before that in Poland.
Year before that, yeah.
And then 2 years before that in Orlando.
Yeah. How did it compare?
Well, overall, I would say one thing that this meet felt very international. Like I thought, like the first one I went to was almost like when I say it was almost so not. All right, so we're in 25, so 24, 23, 22 was still kind of COVID times-ish.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a lot of people there. There wasn't a lot of international presence there in Orlando that time.
Yeah.
And there was, but it wasn't huge. And then Poland, well, we were in Poland, so that is international. It still seemed like a lot more Americans than anybody else. I'm sure we have the biggest team, of course, because it's our country this time. But like, I think Poland probably had the biggest team there in Poland.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This one felt very international. There was a very cool international flair. I mean, you had a dude in your session from Hungary who was a beast.
Yep.
Just all the other sessions. I feel like if we start at the oldest guy, Tom had 2 Euros that were really good in his session.
Yeah.
Heather had to go against the what you call it?
Was that Poland?
Girl.
Oh yeah. New Zealand. That's right.
Our session had. I mean, just every session felt like it had, if not a majority, a lot of international level lifters and international lifters from other countries and not just of Americans and Canadians and
Yeah, and that was kind of cool. I also so I'm not the type of guy that gets like starstruck or anything, or I'm generally not going to walk up to somebody and ask for a picture if I don't know them or I haven't talked to them. But there were a handful of ex-Olympians there, and that to me I found to be really quite neat. And like you were saying about 22, Cornell said the same thing. He was like, yeah, it wasn't like this in 22. He's like, it just didn't feel as international.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad that we both were on the same page there.
Yeah. But as far as how it was ran, I mean, pretty standard. What's that?
Those guys did a good job. If I'm going to give them any feedback, it would be like to improve it. It would be out my head. Adding in having like the back room just looked kind of sloppy. The plates are nice now. The bars are nice. I like the addition that he did with the platforms. All look good. It's not just slapped together plywood anymore. But if you had like little plate racks so that it wasn't just strewn everywhere. I think.
Yeah, there was a couple times where there were just piles in between. Didn't know who those is.
I mean, other than that, the event, those guys do a great job.
They do. They really do.
The platforms being raised and there was no, like, the system ran super smooth. I say my one regret, I have like literally only one regret from that meet, except maybe I got there a day early. Is that I didn't do any refereeing. I didn't do any technical official work because I would have liked to get to know some of the international TOs as a TO. It would have been
that makes sense. Yeah, no, and that totally makes sense. And you are a pretty big part in all that stuff with USAW. So I can imagine there's probably like a little bit of time that you're walking around being like, yeah, I should be doing something right now. But you were also in Vegas for 10 days.
Yeah, I was busy all day, Sunday, Monday, and then every other day I only had one person.
Yeah.
But I was for the most part not in there. So
yeah.
I could have done a session or two those days, and I think they were. It is what it is.
Yeah.
If I were to go over like the whole team, like
how'd we do as a team? Yeah.
Bill McLaughlin, our oldest guy, 70. I think he's only 72, maybe.
Okay.
I feel like not knowing how old he is. He cut down to 88 because he thought he was in a better position to medal there. Okay. And interestingly enough, 2 dudes came down. I like the way that USA Masters or IMWA has changed the rules so that you can't go up at weigh-in. It's like VFE should be it. It's the world championships. You can't just like you make weight or you don't. I like that.
I like that too.
People came down because a lot of times you would be in your weight class and then a bunch of people and you'd be like, I'm gonna win or I'm in position to be on the podium and a bunch of people would move up and you're like, fuck, I didn't like that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
This time you had to know who was there, and the guys moved down into Bill's weight class at the last minute, and it wasn't like a live thing where he could go, "Oh, I'm moving up." Then, so he ended up having a very tough session with a bunch of guys. I think one of them was a German, maybe ex-Olympian. I have a really funny story about the Germans. Like one of the sessions, the foreign TOs were talking, and they're asking what they wanted for lunch, and she's like, a turkey sandwich if it's not fried. And the German guy goes, don't they fry everything over here?
I love that, dude.
That's good stuff. So you had a German dude in his session. You had a German dude in his session who was like an ex-Olympian. He finished in 4th place. The guys above him were, I don't know, 10 or 15 kilos ahead of him. But that was a really good place showing for Bill. We got a jury overturn in our favor.
I saw that.
We got 1 red from the referees, and the jury overturned it. So that was fun.
Nice.
Then we had Cornell's session, or not Cornell, but Konar session. Forever confuse those two.
I know.
You wouldn't have confused people. They're very unique and different people, but I'll confuse their names forever.
That's their names. It's their names.
Konar had a perfect snack session. That was amazing.
He really did.
And we put a big jump for him on the clean and jerk. Those last 2 cleans at 100 weren't there, but I think he did it. I know he jerked. Well, of course he could jerk it, but I think he did it twice during the training cycle. Oh no,
he showed me
jerk because he wasn't jerking. He's like, I'm just going to front squat it and then jerk it, and then he clean and jerked it. So I know that number's there for him.
Yeah.
Who did? And then we had Jen Lee that day.
Mm-hmm.
And Jen had a tough session. Missed that first snatch. Came back, made that 3rd one, or a 2nd one, and barely missed the 3rd. Or got called for a press out. I can't remember. So she took bronze and snatch, and then we were in position. We lost bronze in total and clean and jerk by 1 kilo.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
And then, of course, I helped Kit Brown. She won easily.
She was awesome. She did awesome.
And then the next day, I had Kirby in the morning, who's a contract guy, and then Heather.
Yeah.
Heather's session was super fun. The New Zealand girl, Heather was like, Dad, I got competition. I'm like, you don't. And she's like, no, she's good. She's a really good jerker. And I'm like,
Yeah.
for you, it's fine.
Yeah.
But then she said that. I was like, what did she declare? And Heather said, I feel like I can't remember if the girl lied to her or Heather said she overheard them other girls saying that she declared like 65 and 80 something, which is kind of, so Heather was going to open at 65 or 64 and 75. And I was like, we can get there. We can do it. I know Heather has whatever she needs in her, but I was like, we're going to have work to do. And then when we showed up to the session, the girl had 58.
Yeah, I saw that. I think she opened at 60, didn't she?
Yeah, she opened at 60.
Yeah.
Where Heather was declared, and then she made 60. And then I pushed her coach around to have her hit 63, run out of changes. Heather hit 64. And I pushed him around again, and she missed 66-ish, and Heather smoked 67. So
yeah, that was good.
Heather went out to take 67. She already had the gold. Similar things happened in the clean and jerk. I think Heather had a little bit bigger advantage going out in front of her for the clean and jerk. I think she declared like 65 and went out at 70, and we went out at 75. So that was a really fun session. Oh, Heather had a shot at the world record and dropped it, locked it out. Put it in the spot.
She was so close to that.
She was so mad.
Yeah.
She was so mad. And then the next day was your session was super fun.
It would have been way more fun if I would have made my opening jerk or opening snatch, but hey.
Yeah, because you did have 105 in you.
I know. That's the first time I've missed it ever. So whatever. Yeah.
Not ever.
Well, my first time I've missed my opening.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. I've never missed an opener except for them. But anyways, yeah, I had 105 in me. And
there's another good example of, I feel like I said it somewhere either. Why do I keep doing this with my hand?
I don't know. That's cool. Did you get good, man?
I feel like I said it either somewhere on the internet or to you in person that, yes, you listen like a soldier. Like, just, and like you're still fun in the back room. You're still able to laugh and enjoy yourself, which is not the case with everybody. Some people are just so late. Like Jen and Heather are both Jen's kind of nervous and Heather's kind of laser focused, and they can't like. I told Heather that's our goal for the next meet is like you're gonna have fun and smile and like crack it, like laugh in the back room. That's my goal for you.
You got to, and you just got to be able to like let go.
Take it again, and you didn't argue, not one bit. You're like, "Yep, got to do it. I'll do it, no problem."
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I know we talk about we kind of joke about like friends and I pay you and all that, but you're my coach and you have the best intentions for me. You tell me I'm doing something, I'm doing it, and that mentality came from growing up in team sports where it was just like you're told what to do, you be coachable, and you just do it. Because I know you and you don't have bad intentions.
No,
yeah. And so it's just like, I missed that. That's my punishment. So here we go.
So that was good. I told when you went out to make that 100, I told you had to do it. That was the only reason you could medal. If you hadn't done that, there's no shot at the bronze really. Yeah. So you went out and executed that. You made your first two clean and jerks, and
I need to get past that 36 in competition, man.
300 pounds, that's a lot.
I know. We'll get there.
We'll get there. So that was a fun session. So you and then Martin the next day, Martin Cisneros, our lifter from California. His session was particularly exciting because he was going against Jason Starks and Jason Crystal. Yep. Two legends, Starks especially, but Crystal, when I thought about it again, Crystal as well. Back in the day, those guys were both like on top of the senior platforms. Yeah. And Starks for sure on the international platforms. Both from Texas. We lost to Crystal at Nationals last year, Masters Nationals. I put the wrong weight on the bar. for Martin. He had 1 more kilo in him, and I did the math wrong, which is super embarrassing. The second time I had done that in my life, I did it to Alec in American Open a couple of years. I do the math, and I'm like, I'm typing it, and I'm like, I even use my calculator, and I'm like, I'm gonna get it, and we're gonna get this number, and this is the amount we need to go after that last clean and jerk, and this plus this is gonna equal this.
Mm-hmm.
I do it wrong all the time. Not all the time, but like I did it wrong, and I came back in. I was so excited that Martin won, and like Crystal's like, I won. I'm like, no, I won. And he goes, no, I did it first. I'm like, I did more. And he's like, no, you didn't.
Oh, no.
This time, Martin went out, and he hadn't trained very often, so I didn't have any real good data on what he was actually good for. He took a heavy single leading in. He said he did 117 easy. Told him to declare 15. All the other guys declared 20. So I had him at 17, 23, and then he missed 29. The other guys went basically 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
So even if I had put 30 on the bar, he'd never done more than 25. So if I put 30 on the bar, maybe he would have made it. He would have made it first, and it would have mattered. But didn't. It definitely didn't in the end.
Yeah.
And then we went back, and Crystals did 30 first, so he was the gold medalist. Starks was second, and there was another guy who was third.
Okay.
Yeah, third. So Martin did another guy who didn't medal. Another loser who didn't medal.
I mean, yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
No.
No, that's on me. Like, I'm the coach. We got to be better at snatching. So Martin didn't medal in the snatch. We went down. Went into the clean and jerks down 7, and then we battled him back to. I put him ahead of Starks. Crystal dropped out because his leg hurt. I put him ahead of Starks. The other guy who did 30 had a terrible clean and jerk, or much lower than Martin's. So I put him ahead of Starks with 153, which is a lifetime PR. Mm-hmm. And I got it right this time. Starks did 30, 45, so 245. And I put Martin ahead with 246.
Nice.
And then Starks made a 10-kilo jump and beat us.
Of course he did.
It's Jason Starks. So it's like that dude did 150, 180 since I've been in the sport.
Yeah, I mean that's a big competitor to go against, and that's really cool that Martin got to do that. You know, I mean, like
Starks was like, where did you get 153? Because we both, I think Starks missed 45 in Louisiana, and Martin beat him with 40, but Starks had only trained like 4 times leading in, and literally that dude's shoulders like duct taped together. What's that stuff called?
The KT tape. Yeah. Both my legs were full of that stuff. So, I mean, overall,
the team, super fun.
Overall, good. I think a good showing for the team.
I coached Ashley from Rose City for a 6-for-6 day. It was fun at the end of it.
Nice.
And then helped out a handful of other contract lifters that all.
Okay.
This was the first time. Well, not the first time because they did it. You guys all did it in Boise for me, but this was the second time then that the Masters team all went 4-for-6 or better. What I try to manifest in my little journal.
Yeah.
4-for-6 is a good day. It's not a great day, but it's a good day. I mean, most of you went 4-for-6. Heather went 4-for-5 and scratched her last one, and Martin went 5-for-6.
Yeah.
That's a good day. I looked at the numbers. They just came out. I don't know what 4-for-6 is, but percentage was. I actually don't want to look it up now, but I looked at it. I like the team. The team kind of sits at between 75% miss-make ratio in competition and 70. I think it's been as high as like 70. I think we're probably like 74-6 now, and I think we've been as high as 76-6-ish.
Yeah.
And the miss-make ratio overall for this was 60%.
Yeah. So I mean,
that's why I'm like 4-for-6 is a good day.
4-for-6 is a good day. It's always been a good day for me. I mean, you know, consistently for a long time, I was 4-for-6, and I finally was like, I got to get out of this. I want to make more lifts on that platform. And you know, I told you this in a text. This is the most success I've had in weightlifting since I joined your team, and it's insane. I've busted through a bunch of barriers. Like, I medaled at nationals. I went 6 for 6 at the Coley meet. Medal, went to worlds and medal. Like those are giant steps forward for me. And I don't know if you have room, but I would tell people out there that to contact you if they need a good coach.
We're picking up a couple. I'm hopefully picking up a couple people after Worlds. But I'm laughing because the workflow thing from the new Coach Logic, they would be happy that I don't know. Programming took a little less time this week. They've got some AI stuff. Not that I'm going to use AI, but if it can automatically populate what it thinks the increases are, and I can look at it instead of having to type it in after it starts to learn the way I go. Oh yeah, well, but I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm skeptical of the AI part of it, but the UI, the user interface for the new coaching software I'm using has gotten so much better. I'm pretty happy with it. I probably have room for, I don't know.
It's just my wife. She just
I probably have room for, I don't know, 5 or 6 more legit weightlifters. And by legit, I mean people that want to compete and take that. Probably 5 or 6 more weightlifters, that take snatch and clean and jerk. The difference being, I have some strength and conditioning clients, and those guys, I'll take 10 of them. Because you guys need, just because you guys need, I got to look at your videos 10 times to figure out, why, what should I tell him? Why did he drop that?
Yeah.
What went wrong? What should I tell him? And how is that going to be impactful? It takes a lot, and then the programming takes a lot more time to think about, you had a good day, that was good, and then you had a bad day, so this much on this one and this much on that one. It just takes twice as long.
Yeah, it makes sense. The technical ability to doing snatch and clean and jerk and only 2 lifts versus strength and conditioning, where I don't know, maybe not much video feedback on that. I would assume.
I think with those guys, the video feedback is more motivational, and it helps me gauge the velocity to make the increases at the right level. So
nice.
To go up, but it's a million. I never have to watch it more than once.
Yeah,
that was good. Good. Next week, do more.
Yeah. Well,
there is a finesse piece in telling them how to do more, though. So
I'm sure there is. And that's a big part of coaching is how you communicate with your athletes, and you do a pretty darn good job of it. And then when you notice we're not, I say we because I'm one of them. You reach out and you're like, hey, let's get on the phone. Where are you at? But go ahead. I was just going to say that's that piece right there, the communication piece of from coach athlete is all. It's got to be really hard, and it from one angle. I know it from the other. I'm not great at it. I try to be. I sometimes I feel like I'm bugging you, but I know I'm not because I know you want to hear it.
I got a lot of bandwidth. For you guys. There's really not too. I know I also have boundaries, and the phone goes off at a certain hour and it goes on at a certain hour. So you're never bugging me.
Yeah.
And I think as a remote coach, you owe a little bit more to them athletes than in-person coach.
Yeah.
Because you have to be available for those pull-asides and stuff. When an in-person coach can be like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? Or you're seeing more of them. So when the time for the pull-asides are, or the conversations that you have during training about. We talk a lot about how cues are only a reminder of a conversation that you had at training about a thing, or maybe it's in video review of hey, you need to do this. So this is the one-word reminder of what to do. An in-person coach has a lot more opportunities to have those conversations.
Right.
And then I have a newer athlete I brought on who is needing not so much the technical pieces of it, but rather the like, it's okay. Like this is how you approach training. This is how you approach bad days. This is how you approach good days. This is how you warm up. This is how you talk to yourself, and don't tell yourself you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, right. Well,
it's super common for weightlifters. So you have to really intervene on that. So that's where, like, again, as a remote coach, you're not bugging me because I owe you that, because you're paying me roughly the same weight you would pay an in-person coach and have a facility. I don't know. I think that stuff's going for probably closer to $225 these days.
Yeah, it is.
Where you're like in person in a facility with a guy of like caliber, but like, you know what I mean? Like people that are experienced and have been around for a while. You find it as cheap as $150, but I remember when CrossFit first came out and people were like, you couldn't pay $125 to go into a rubber room with like a pull-up bar and no hot tub.
Oh, but we were all loving it. I'll tell you that. It was,
speaking of people who are doing as good as they've ever done. Did you see Tali's joke today?
Yeah, I saw what she's doing. She's going to be here on Saturday too. So that's really cool. And she's competing in the WSO, which is also a good transition.
Very smooth.
I mean, WSO, like okay. So you did this WSO. You've been doing it for a couple of years.
This will be the third time.
Yeah, I will say, and just being honest, the one you did last year was by far one of the best meets that I've been to, and I was a little bit of a part of it. But like I tell you, like everything from the platform setup, the way that the chairs were, the judges, the how the back room were set up, it was just really well done in a good venue, a nice open space. People could come check it out that maybe were just at the hotel. You had a couple vendors there, like I did some live streaming, and I'm gonna do it this year.
Doing all of the live streaming.
Yeah, I did all of the live streaming, and I'll do it again this year, and it's going to be so much better, right? And that's the cool thing about you doing this years in a row is that you're able to, look at how you did and then say, okay, I'm gonna up the game a little bit. Right. You know what, you want to talk about some of the things that you like, a couple of things that you're doing there.
Okay, yeah. So before that, again, that's a good analogy, it is what I've talked about on the podcast the other time, how like recovery starts at like this one thing, and like the longer you don't do, like goes into cooking, like the longer you don't mess everything up, the more you can add to your skill set, the more you can add to your repertoire as a chef, the more like you like I'm better at this technique now, like indirect cooking and like indirect grilling, and now that leads to this really great color, and now like the way things get better. So yes, doing things over multiple years helps you get better and see where like I always had the idea. So one thing we're doing this year that I hope works, and a lot of this stuff is like still like, I don't know if it's going to work, but these are my plans and I think I have it. The one thing I wanted to have at our meets for a long time that I think is a staple of the national meet experience is the live monitor in the back room of what's happening on the platform.
Yes.
It's when you're at a national meet, international meet, you're watching the platform in the back room, watching the scoreboard change and watching the lift happen. And it's important to see that as a coach, to see like, oh, that was a terrible attempt. They're not going to make that again. Mm-hmm. Or that was an egregious press out. They definitely should not go up. It just helps you, and it's fun. I mean, I'm not that mean, but like, I'm just as complimentary of like, that looks super easy. She's going up by 5, right. Versus, anything bad happening. It's just super fun to be and to see the thing from the back room. So this year we're going to have you're going to run the video cameras. Scott Gonzalez, who runs the OLCMS, the new program that USA Weightlifting is using, going to come out and help us run the scoring system. So that should be smoother than the Les system last year, which is a great system. It's what we used at Worlds. It's awesome. Les is a great guy, and it's a great system. But Scott's is a little smoother and a little more user-friendly, and Scott's going to be there to kind of handle any of the networking issues for us. He's like a computer dude.
Nice.
He has a way that we can take so last year I tried to have your YouTube feed in the back room, but by the time we went to YouTube and into space and then back to our TV, it took
the delay.
So yeah, there was always like the bar would drop and then you'd still see the person lifting. So we have a thing where it will go from the video feed, pass through the thing into the back room before it goes up to the
That's
space.
great. That's great.
So yeah, so that should be super awesome.
Yep.
Hopefully that works the way I want it to. And then the other thing, so at the national meets lately, they've been taking the scoreboard and projecting it with a camera, and there's already what you call those things, a projector screen at the venue.
Yep.
We'll have those put down, and we'll project the scoreboard so the audience will be able to follow along with who's in the lead and when their lifters coming up, how far away, once they learn how to read a board. But
yeah.
it also has some cool animations, so I think that'll add another level of production value to the event. Better awards this year. I got some better colors on them. Same high quality, same high density, same embroidered or not embroidered, but printed lanyard.
Nice.
Like the best quality award you can buy in America. I think that's not like actual gold.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the same quality that USA Weightlifting does.
Nice.
To our event. Printed lanyards this year too, like little touches, but it basically doubled the cost of the credential. Instead of just being a string around your neck or like a thing we bought from Amazon, it's actually going to have printed the event and then
cool. Yeah, just like all the national beats, right? I mean, they have
touches that cost, essentially double the cost of it. There'll be a lot. Last year there was problems. So last year everyone was very upset about the parking. So was I. I have no control over that. This year, it's in my contract. There's going to be so much available parking. I don't know what that means, but like they're going to have. It's in my contract, and I'll be able to flip out a little bit more on them and be like, "Hey, you promised there will be 500 spots, guaranteed for us, no charge for parking." They're under new management, so hopefully and probably a little bit better staffing wise. So hopefully the trash piling up problem is not a big deal. I'm thinking about the things people complained about last year. Certainly the parking was a valid complaint. There's not a lot I could do about it. They were upset. I was upset. This year we addressed it head on. What else we got going on? Oh, the food on site. There'll be a full-time during the whole event. There'll be either breakfast, the cafeteria, or the restaurant will be open.
Yeah.
We got a better room rate this year. Do you think you talked about having maybe multiple camera angles?
Yeah, I'm getting multiple camera angles. I'm going to have better. I've upgraded cameras and I've also upgraded sound cards. So
nice.
One thing that I really was disappointed that I wasn't able to do last year in the sound part was like, there's something about hearing the bar drop, right?
Oh yeah.
Couldn't hear the bar drop on the feed. And so that's like something to me. And I want to hear the crowd in the background. So now I got these cameras that have independent sound on them. We'll be able to pull some of that in. I may not do as much commentary, but I will definitely be on there, popping on, being fun.
We have the ability, and we can talk about this off camera in different time. I think this is the first time I've had the opportunity to tell you. We can have the opportunity to have some of the information from OLCMS populate on the screen.
Okay, cool.
We'll hop on a call with Scott and talk about like the logistics of it, but I think that would be a cool way, another cool integration. It at the best should look exactly like the USA weightlifting one.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because
for everyone, we could try to staff the live feed with some other people who want to just hop on there and commentate.
Yeah,
And that's
What's that?
I don't know. I cursed on the microphone during Olivia Reeve's session at National. We're at the AMA.
That's awesome.
And they told me, if you can't even curse, if you can't stop cursing as the speaker, you can't be on the live feed.
Hey, yeah, you're getting jacked up. I mean, that was probably cool to see her do that. And didn't she break some record or something?
I just forgot her when it was intros.
Oh, okay.
I went to the next person and I said, "Oh fuck!" I mean, Olivia Reeves. Oh fucking shit! You can't swear.
Shit. Yeah, dude. Needless to say, the WSO is going to be even better than it was last year, and that's
you can say.
Yeah, I mean, it was great last year. Looking forward to it this year. Regardless of the amount of time being spent in, it's totally worth it. The lifters that come from the Pacific Northwest are great for the most part. Don't take that the wrong way, but yeah, I mean the ones I know.
You don't like. Just let that be said. You can.
That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. You don't gotta like everybody.
Weightlifters, every single one of you.
Yeah. Well, Joe, I think this has been a great show. Unless you have anything else on the WSO,
I did.
What's that?
This is my favorite podcast ever.
Yeah, that's awesome. We should do this more often.
Maybe this had something to do with it.
I bet it did. That's good stuff. Well, everybody, coaches, I'll say this for Joe because I've heard him say it a bunch on Instagram. Get out there and register because he needs you to register if you are a coach. Yeah, on bars.
Register on bars because technically everybody in the back room should have their safe sport certification.
Yeah.
Athletes don't need to have it, so I can't. And there's nothing I can really do to enforce it. To be honest, I don't have the muscle or the political will to do it. But like as a thing, we should all have safe sport. If you do it by tonight, I'm going to submit the list of all the registered coaches and all the registered athletes to the credential people. So everyone's going to get a credential with your name printed on it, which I don't know. I think those are cool.
I like them.
Souvenirs.
I have them. Yeah.
And this one's going to be plastic. It's nice. Not paper. Paper.
The paper ones, yeah.
Landfill burning plastic, not tree deformed paper.
We want to keep these things forever.
It's not even going in the landfill. And then everyone will get their one with their name on it. Look, I'm not going to go around and kick people out of the back room, but do the right thing. Have your safe sport done. Get a credential with your name on it. Coaching registration will stay open till the very, very end, like the VFE the week before.
Nice.
I'll print some extra generic ones just so that if you don't register, yours will just say coach. But I will check it against the people that are back there. And
that makes sense.
Yes, ask you where your credential is. Like, where's your credential? Why don't you have it?
Yeah.
You care about athletes?
All right. Well, this, like I said, we're about on time. Good show. I like to keep the shows about 43 minutes. Yeah. And it seems palatable for most people. So, Joe, thank you again for everything, but also for being on the show. This is great. We should do this more often. And I think that would be a fun show if we
back there.
What's that? Oh yeah, look at that. What do you have back there? That's a nice little stove you got.
How about that during the pandemic? It's a Frigidaire, like kind of pro style.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Put the stainless steel backsplash up.
Love it.
I wish that hood was better.
Yeah. Well, everybody, thank you for listening. Joe, thank you for being on, and we'll talk to you all later. Adios.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was a good time.